Sé que está por acá cerca. Sé que está aquí. Lo encontré. El rey que estaba buscando. I found him. Lo encontré. Encontré a mi rey. I wanted to tell you. Will you be my king?
I've been waiting my whole life for you.
Look what Charlie Hunnam said. Okay, so hi everyone. I'm here with Charlie Hunnam. He's a wonderful actor. He's just played King Arthur in the Guy Ritchie's new movie, King Arthur, and The Legend of the Sword. So I'm gonna start with the first question. So I really enjoyed your acting in the movie. So how did you prepare for the role?
I mean, there's also so many elements to that. Obviously, there was a lot of physical requirements. I'd been very, very skinny from the role that I had done right before I shot this, so I had to put on a lot of weight and you know, a lot of muscle mass and stuff. But mainly, it was just, as always, just a period of trying to explore what we wanted to achieve and say with Arthur, and what, you know, Arthur's been portrayed for screen many times before, so we wanted to try to figure out how we were going to make Arthur not only different from what had happened before, but more accessible and relatable and visceral for a modern audience. So we spent a lot of time, and one of the things that Guy did, you know, Arthur's always been shown as like the noble man that recognizes the significance of his quest. And what we wanted to do was make him just an everyman, just like what if you or I one day were told that we were king. And we felt that that would be much more relatable and sort of exciting jump-off point for this journey, because, you know, anybody could then sort of synthesize or relate to this journey that he was on, because Arthur's just like anybody else, just a regular dude.
Yes, actually one of my questions was about that exactly, because one of the slogans is from nothing to king, and why do you think stories about underdogs are so powerful, for example?
Because it speaks to the possibility of ascension in life, that we are all capable of doing anything if we cultivate a strong enough sense of self-belief and our understanding that there are going to be an enormous amount of failure and disappointment along the journey, but you can't be deterred from that. You have to move through it. And if you have a sense of stick-to-itiveness and confidence in yourself, you will reach the goal eventually. And I think that's a really great message, particularly for the youth of today, where I get the sense that there's a lot of sort of, it's harder than it's ever been in life, I really think, and there's less opportunity. And I get a sense of real disillusionment at the youth of today. And so I really like, you know, being involved in film that has a very positive message, and I think that's the most positive of all.
Yes, that's a wonderful message. I loved it too. So, well, the CGI of the movie is top-notch. It's like the best I've ever seen. We have spirits, we have elephants, and as an actor, how do you do it when you have to, for example, fight with someone who's kind of made up of CGI?
Well, you know, it's interesting. I didn't actually have to do that much CGI in this film, but Guy wanted to do something extraordinary with the sword fighting. He wanted to reinvent sword fighting and sort of push the boundary and do something that has never been seen before. And one of the functions that he decided would be the benefits of wielding Excalibur is that it would like marginally slow down time for the wielder. But that created a big challenge for the actual shooting of those scenes, because I had to be moving at a faster pace than the other people that I was fighting. So all of those things had to be shot separately. So you can imagine, you know, but we had to create the illusion of resistance. So when I was throwing the sword, it has to stop as though I'm hitting something, although there's nothing there. So when you're doing sword fights for 14 hours a day for 5 days straight, throwing all your weight with a heavy sword and having to stop short with it requires an enormous amount of energy. So that was a bit of a challenge, but I think we were successful, because I think those fight scenes are pretty exciting.
Yes, they're pretty exciting. Thank you so much for your
Thank
good
you.
humor.
I appreciate it.
Why does the sword reveal itself now?
Show the people the power of Excalibur!
There's the king.
El
Rey Arturo, la leyenda de la espada.